Hello, hello, hello. And we are live. Welcome to the Unlimited Freedom Network. We are live, guys. What's going on? Welcome to the Unlimited Freedom Network. This is Vaughn with Unlimited Freedom. Before we get into it, I'm going to go over some quick housekeeping stuff. We have a live update today, a live emergency meeting. Okay, we've got a C12 situation. Okay, a C12 situation. Now, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what it is, and I'm going to give you a couple of tips, right? A couple of strategies. Obviously I'm going to tell you what I'm doing about the whole thing. I mean, my situation may be different than some people's, okay? But we need to go over it, and we need to you need to have the alarm sound. So they're already calling people on social media. I can't even say the word. It's like a loaded political word. It starts with a T. It rhymes with I don't know, bearerist, right? It starts with a T, right? You can't even say it on YouTube, right? Or you could like get a strike or get in trouble with YouTube. It starts with a T and it rhymes with bearerist. So can you imagine what the word? And they're calling social media people that word, right? Because we're already seeing a blame shift in progress, right? But we're going to get all into that. Before we get into it, guys, look, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, and I'm not your financial advisor, okay? I'm just a guy who comes on here. I talk about what I'm doing in a lot of different platforms, a lot of different areas. We talk about crypto trading on here, Forex trading, high frequency Forex, binary options trading, a little bit of real estate. We talk about the stock market, dividend stocks. So we got a lot going on here at the Unlimited Freedom Network, okay? Got a lot going on, right? But this is not, it's my legal disclaimer, right? Don't sue me. I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, all the platforms are in my description. So any platform that I talk about on here is linked in the description to this video. If you go to the description of my YouTube channel, you're not going to see it. You're just going to see my book. But if you go to my description of the actual video that you're watching, you will see a link to every single platform that I talk about on my channel. Okay? And there's some other cool stuff on there. I did a trading course. Very proud of my trading course. It's helping a lot of people. It's already changing lives. So that's in there. And then also my book. I did this book last year with Matt Morris, Power of Leadership. Boom. I wrote a chapter. Matt wrote a chapter. It's been featured on prominent news networks, right? And it's got chapters written by a lot of other great authors and entrepreneurs, right? So if you want to up your game in the business world, the small business world, the world of being an entrepreneur, being your own boss, whatever have you, you just want some game, you want some inspiring content, right? It's a good read. So link to that's in there. Also, guys, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the comment, drop me a comment, and do the subscribe. So hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified every single time I release a new video. Okay, that's very important. Helps me with the YouTube algorithm. It also helps me, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not new to the channel, you'll know that I get some haters on here, right? I talk about crypto trading. I talk about artificial intelligence technology, AI trading, trading bots, crypto platforms. So I talk about a lot of cutting edge technology. Therefore, I get called a con artist and a scammer and all this and that and the other thing. And I've got hate channels, right? People actually make hate channels about me, right? And I know I'm attractive. I know, I get it, guys. I know that I'm good looking. Okay, but I got to say that I'm hetero, right? I prefer women. Not that I'm not saying anything against you if you're not, right? But for me, I like women. So while I do appreciate the haters and your dedicated hate channels, it's not gonna work. Okay. I don't go that way, right? It's just not my preference. So having said that, hitting the like button, dropping me a comment, hitting the subscribe button, that helps me to grow the channel, and it helps me to flex a little bit on the haters because I don't got time to talk about the haters every single time I come on here. And you know what? I make a channel that adds value to people's lives. I make a channel that actually helps people. I'm actually doing something to create a positive impact in the world, right? I don't just make a YouTube channel to spew my negative hate onto people who I frankly misunderstand, right? Because everybody who loves to throw out the word scam and Ponzi scheme and all this stuff, I guarantee you, those people either are brand new to the crypto space or they don't understand the crypto space at all, right? Let's face it, it's a new technology, it's a new space, there's a lot of new stuff. So what happens when new stuff comes out? It's a scam! It's witchcraft! Burn her at the stake! She's He's practicing black magic, right? So you're doing something new. All of a sudden, you're in league with the devil, right? He's in league with the devil. Just stake him up, put him on the stake, burn him. Okay. So, having gotten that stuff out of the way, I also mentioned my book. Don't forget to check that out. Links in the description. Also, link to my trading course in the description. So, let's jump in. What I want to do is I want to get into some quick content, and then I will hit your guys' chats. Right, I will hit your live chat. So don't forget to drop me a comment in the chat. We'll get to your guys' chats. We'll have a little bit of a talk. Right, we'll have a little heart to heart with your buddy Vaughn. Yeah, and I'll go over your question, and we'll do the Q&A as well. So this is a little bit early, frankly, because I'm jet lagged, right? I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning. I'm wired for sound, right? Just because I've been in different locations in the world, right? Has caused me a little bit of jet lag. So I'm you know by noon, by the time the show's actually supposed to start, I'm probably going to be like ready to go to bed. But I'm hoping to get back to the regularly scheduled programming, right? I'm gonna get to our regular scheduled programming, folks, and I'm hoping to get back to that next week, right? So we'll see how that goes. So, without further ado, let's get into the reason why I'm doing this right now. It's the C12 countdown to the rug pull, the rug pull of C12, the beginning of the end, right, of C12. And I've got to sound the alarm here because let's try to we want to hold on. We want to win with these platforms, right? We want to actually come out making more than we lose. That's the whole name of the game when it comes to trading. When it comes to crypto trading, when it comes to Forex trading, when it comes to the stock market, anything else you're doing in finance, the number one rule, don't lose money. The number two rule, don't lose money. The number three rule, don't lose money. That's it. So we want to be able to, we want to use these platforms and not have these platforms use us. So we're going to get it. Let me find the announcement. And I will say the word once because I don't think I'm going to get banned from YouTube for saying the word once, but I'm going to read it when I actually read the announcement. So this is like classic rug pull terminology that they're using in this announcement. I'm almost hoping it wasn't them, but it is. You know what I mean? It is because you can go and log into the site and you can see that, their malarkey is in place, right? So the malarkey that they're giving us in this message, they're putting it into place on the site. And I'm going to tell you what it means. It means if this is not the end, we're getting close. So get your money out while you can, if you can. Get your money out while you can, if you can. Right? I don't know. It might be too late. But that is the risk that we take in this space. And what we want to do is we want to develop a culture here where we're not getting when the rug pull does happen or the collapse or whatever you want to call it, or the thing goes away, we don't want to get we don't want to be like at a loss. I think I had one that rug pulled a couple months ago, and I calculated my profit and losses, and I lost $8, right? But I had like thousands invested in it, right? But at the end, I had pulled out so much that I only lost $8, right? And so still kind of ticked me off a little bit because I don't want to lose $1, right? But $8 is not as bad as it could have been. And that's why I always say on here, guys, never invest anything that you cannot afford to lose. Make sure you withdraw early, withdraw often. Make sure that you practice your risk management principles. I did a video called 5 Risk Management Principles to Have Success with Crypto Platforms. Make sure that you check that out. It's in my video section. So we talk a lot on how to use these platforms, not let these platforms use us, how to capitalize on the space, and understanding full well that in this space, rug pulls are a reality, right? It happens, folks, right? And it's with with the whole C12 thing. I think just about every video I've ever done on C12, I mentioned that it's a high risk platform. I mean, 12% for 12 days. How long can you keep that up, right? How long can you keep that up? I am thankful and grateful, not coming from a spirit of arrogance, but I'm so happy and grateful and thankful that I'm a successful trader. I have a successful binary options Forex trading business. I have a strategy that works. I made a course. I sell the course, right? It's profitable, right? Weekly, monthly, compoundable, profitable, scalable. But 12% a day? I definitely don't do that. I mean, that would be too if I tried to hit 12% a day every day, I'd probably like blow my account because I'd be over leveraging my trades trying to get to that 12, that magic 12% number. So I'm thinking, okay, this is pretty cool. I mean, they got some artificial intelligence technology, they got an AI bot, they got some human traders. Somehow they're making it happen. They lasted for over 6 months. And I think I got into C12 maybe 2 months ago, maybe three. I don't know. I've been in there for a few cycles. And so every cycle is 12 business days. So maybe I've been in there 2 months, going on 3 months, made a lot of money, right? I've made a lot of crypto with C12. So I'm not, even if it is over, my main concern is that I did it the right way and that other folks also did it the right way, right? So that you don't lose out. All right. So C12.net platform status reports and updates. Here is the report. Okay. And believe me, guys, this is quite a report. So let's go over it. Important, right? Automatic payout merging system tested and developed. Oh, sure. Okay. It's a new system tested and developed. Oh, we got it. Okay. I got it. I got you loud and clear. All right. If you see your withdrawal request merged with an upcoming one, the system has joined your payout to keep the withdrawal timer to the value based regimen. You know what that means? Nothing. That's what you call word solid, right? It's where you throw a lot of big words together and you hope that people are stupid enough to not understand, to go, oh, that must be what it is. That's called word solid. All right, next up. Explained in FAQ from day one. You know what? We're credible. Don't forget, we're credible. We explained this in our FAQ from day one. Crafted for stability and people, not for high rollers. What? What are you talking about? Why would you say that? Like what it's like you can see the bitterness. You can see the disappointment seeping through in this message that they wrote. Like this was supposed to be crafted for people, not high rollers. Wah, wah, wah. Cry me a freaking river. They're crying in here. Somebody's crying. I'm sorry. Where I come from, somebody's crying. That sounds like crying to me. Explained in our FAQ from day one, crafted for stability and people, not for high rollers. Okay. The limit on withdrawals with an active status has not been changed and remains at 3 processing requests in total. Okay, so here's their little number breakdown. If it's under 300, you've got 24 hours, 300 through 500, 48 hours, 500 through 1,000, 72 hours, and 1,000 plus 96 hours. And that does not count weekends. Okay. A quick notice for all the newcomers. Your payout will be processed within a 24 through 96 business hour time frame based on the total dollar value of all requests made. Avoid playing the system in your favor. This is weird. Avoid playing the system in your favor? What are we supposed to be doing? Isn't this supposed to be a crypto growth platform? Aren't we supposed to be growing our crypto and making money? What do you mean avoid playing the system in your favor? Why would you say that? Where does that come from? Once again, that's the second one. This was crafted for people, not for high rollers. Avoid using the system in your favor, right? This is bitter, disappointed crap that's gurgling out of whoever it is that wrote this, right? And this is all fair game. I mean, you called me a terrorist, right? So fair game. You called me that, right? So I get to come on here and say what I want about you. That's how it works. You little rascals. You little rascals. Okay. Avoid playing the system in your favor. Request a withdrawal and allow the platform to adjust the timer if needed. Merging is automatic and will not affect your deposits or the account status. Oh, yeah? Oh, okay. It's not going to affect anything? Oh. Okay. Now, a lot of you guys have gotten this in work status when you go to your statistics. It says, so you normally what it would do is when you put a withdrawal, it goes into pending for like 48 hours or 100 hours or whatever it is, a countdown. When the countdown hits 0, boom, your crypto gets sent to your wallet, you get your crypto. But now when the countdown hits 0, it says in work. And then it either, I haven't seen anybody get paid out yet. Let me double check. while I'm talking to see if I got paid because I've got one of my my withdrawals now says in work, and I'm gonna show you some other malarkey that they're gonna say in this. Yeah, let me see. Let me give it a second. Do, 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 do. Yep, it has not hit yet. It's still in work. Oh man, these guys are creative though, man. They get more and more creative with these messages. I'll tell you what. Okay. In work payout status explained and clarified. The system countdown timer sets the waiting period for all operations to follow them into the merchant queue for processing. Once the timer is over, the payment goes from grouping to allow the bulk payment from the merchant. In parentheses now, bulk payment is a modern solution that creates a single operation out of hundreds of transactions, so the platform pays a network fee for only a single operation while moving substantial values. This is how we are able to transfer 100K with $15 fees for all. Did that make sense to you? No. You know why? Because it wouldn't make sense to Stephen Hawking. It wouldn't make sense to anybody because it's a nonsensical sentence. It's a bunch of words, big words, strung together in order to make you think that, don't worry, we have a legitimate reason for doing this. And it as follows. Bulk payment is a modern solution that creates a single operation out of hundreds of transactions. So the platform pays a network fee for only a single operation. While moving substantial values, this is how we are able to transfer 100K, $15 fees for all. Oh, yeah, got it. No, that clears it up. Thanks. Okay, Sheena. Yes, I'm glad that you did. And that's what this whole broadcast is going to be about. It's going to be about getting your money out now, right? As soon as possible, right? Don't, I mean, maybe leave $100 in there, but man, get your money out while you can. Because this is the beginning. Listen, guys, I've been around the block enough to know that when these type of updates start coming out, when these type of messages start coming out, when the withdrawals, they start giving you a reason why they can't do your withdrawal on time. Well, usually 9 times out of 10, that indicates the beginning of the end. All right. The in work status may appear as a report from the system that your payout has been accepted by the platform and the merchant is awaiting the blockchain network to give us a clearance, calculated live from the mempool load. Yeah, that's a load, all right. That's a load of mempool, right? That's a load of something. They're giving you a load with that one, right? As it depends on the blockchain network speed itself, right? Because we know you don't know what the blockchain means, right? So we're gonna pull one over on you with that. As it depends on the blockchain network speed itself, the in-work status may stay for up to 12 hours after your initial timer is over. If mempool is stuck in unconfirmed transactions, it may take slightly longer, but in the end, it'll come through. Don't worry. Sometimes it may affect TRX and USDT due to a single user action database for all three main payment gates. We will process all in work operations during weekends when needed. And I think it's going to be needed a lot, guys. Right? You're going to have, I mean, this is, welcome to the mass exodus from C12 because a lot of people are going to see the writing on the wall here. Now, this is what I said about Novatech back in October. Right? I was one of the last people to pull the majority of my account and my profits out of Novatech. I was one of the last ones, right? Before they froze the trading accounts for administrative reasons, right? I was one of the last ones to get my withdrawal. So don't blow this over. Don't think that I'm just making some conspiracy here. I'm not. I'm giving you a fair warning here. Fair warning. All right. When you see the in work report, simply let it stay for as long as it needs. Well, do we have a choice? Click on it to read more. It will process eventually and rarely get stuck. Only 2 through 5% of all operations have the in work status on C12 at the moment. That's not true. I think just about every pending withdrawal right now from everybody has the in work status. So there's a bold faced lie for you. Uh, Less than 1% if no load. Rare occasions, If you have a withdrawal canceled automatically, order the same request again, as it means that our platform received no positive response from the merchant to push the payment with all the other ones. Automatic cancellation allows us to avoid your operation, creating a backlog for all the upcoming transaction. Ooh, now we're not even spelling words right. We're not adding the right punctuations. Forget grammar. That's out the door. Heck, most people won't even read this far along, right? So let's just go back to third grade level, second grade writing. Remember, you are not alone. There are almost 50K other people getting the shaft right along with you, right? That's actually not what they said. They could have said that. That at least I would have respected. Okay. So remember, you're not alone. There are almost 50K users performing operations daily. Respect the community. Here we go, guys. Here comes the blame game. Respect the community and do not go too hard on client support. Do not double the request for an update. These heroes, right? These heroes in our back office. Listen to this. I mean, this just gets nuts, right? At least to me, right? This doesn't sound normal. These heroes need time to resolve missing deposits, pin resets, human mistakes, etc. Avoid sharing your attention to troubled minds or social media terrorists. There it is. There it is, guys. Avoid sharing your attention to troubled minds or social media T words. The system will immediately prosecute blackmailing attempts from bad actors across the web. I'm real scared, right? You're gonna prosecute me? Well, why don't you get in line? Right? I got a lot of folks trying to do that already. Thank you very much. And some a lot more powerful than you. So get in line, right? We're gonna prosecute bad actors. What? Give me a break. Can't prosecute anybody. Nobody knows who you are. C12.net is here to dominate the space once and for all. It has no interest in anything below the absolute global expansion. Well, I got news for you. Your platform is done right after this because I'm not the only one who's going to do this. And I'm not the only one who's going to come on here and tell their people, hey, guess what? It's the beginning of the end. If you haven't been making withdrawals, it's time to go ahead and do that because that's what this means. Right. So, okay, stay tuned with Carnelian 12. And then, the rest is just okay. So days online, they've now been online for 203 days. They've got around 49,000 users have joined, and funds deposited is over 45 million, which is great. I mean, that's all great. But I'm telling you guys, this type of thing is how the rug pull starts. This is how it starts. Now, here is the beneficial thing is that this thing might not rug pull at all, or it might not rug pull for another 3 or 4 or 5 months. The point is, we should take this as a sign that the rug pull is coming, right? This is a sign. This is a warning. Trust me, I've been around the block a few times in this space. And when these things start to happen, especially when they start slowing down the withdrawals and starting to come up with excuses as to why they can't get the withdrawals out in their time frame, well, what that usually indicates is this is the that this is kind of the start of their platform falling apart. That's what's happened in the past. Does that mean that that's 100% what's going to happen with C12? No, not 100%. But but it's likely that that's what's beginning to happen here. So I think most people hopefully have been withdrawing their funds from C12, especially the people who watch my channel, because I tell you, almost every video I say withdraw early, withdraw often. Now, as for me, let me go ahead and give you my risk to reward ratio with C12 and what it turns out to be. So let's say C12 rugs right now and it's over. Okay. So 1 to 7.5. Okay. 1 to 7.5. Okay, once again, I'm glad you guys are getting paid, but trust me, take this for what it is. If you're getting paid, go ahead and just say thank you to the man upstairs because this is a sign, right? This is an arrow pointing in the direction of, hey, this believe me, guys, this is a sign of a liquidity problem. This is a sign of a problem. And if it's not a complete rug pull right now, it's the beginning stages. Okay. So, my advice, and you don't have to take it, right? I mean, I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm telling you what I'm doing is I'm getting everything out as soon as possible, pulling everything out of C12, right? So, I'm not going to have any more positions left in C12. Well, maybe I'll keep $100 in there just to see what happens, right? I'm not going to. Guys, there's 31 people in here, and 3 of you have hit the like button. Do me a favor and hit the like button if you get some value out of what we're doing here. Yep, go ahead and hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Uh, Helps me out. Doesn't cost you anything. So yep. Okay, it's the little button that looks like this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, alrighty. So, is it rug pulled right now? Maybe not. Hopefully not. But guys, start putting in your withdrawals, and this is just my advice, right? Of course, you know what? Who am I? I'm just some guy on the internet, right? You definitely don't have to listen to anything I say. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be starting withdrawals, get most of my money out of there, right? And man, my profits too. Okay, I want some profits out of this whole deal. Okay, I didn't come in here to play around with C12 for a few months and then not to come out with any profits. That's not how I do this. I need to lock in some profits. So let me tell you my risk to reward rate right now. I've got a reward of well, it's a risk of 1. Here's the ratio. 1 to 7.5. Okay? So, 1 to 7.5. That means I have made 7.5 times more money than I will, quote unquote, lose if this thing completely rugs right now. So I hit a 7.5 win, right? With only a 1 risk, right? So that's a huge like even a 1 to 2 is a good risk to reward ratio. 1 to 7.5 is awesome. Right? So I have profited and I have made a positive profit with C12 even if it stopped right now. But that's not good enough if I don't come on here and give you guys fair warning that now is the time to think about starting to, if you haven't been locking in profits, please, please, I beg of you, please lock in some profits, right? Make sure you've got your seed money back. Make sure you're locking in some profits because usually they don't come back. Usually these things like this is like they've got this in work thing. Basically, all that is they can't get the withdrawals out on time. They're starting to fall behind, and usually what that means is that it's eventually slow pay turns into no pay. Yeah, I mean, listen, if you want to, guys, if you want to keep your referrals anytime something rug pulls, you're going to lose some of your people, right? That's the way that this space works. I wish it was different. It just is what it is, right? Like I for a long time, I was a health insurance broker. And one thing about health insurance is that you have something in America called the Affordable Care Act. The Affordable Care Act is where the government kicks in some money to help you pay for your health plan. Here's the thing though, at tax time, if you didn't calculate it right, the government takes that money back, right? And so what would happen to me as an insurance broker? I would lose a ton of clients every year because they had to pay back money on their taxes, right? It's just part of the deal. You may as well accept it, right? When a platform rug pulls, you're going to lose some of your people, right? But you're going to lose less of your people if you're honest and truthful and upfront with them and say, hey, you got to be so. You have to say it and you have to repeat it about the risks involved in this space. You have to say it and you have to repeat it. Hey guys, I see on the horizon some problems, so I recommend starting to take some out, right? Because I see on the horizon some problems. Now, let's say, can you guys imagine what would have happened if, uh, you know, back in October when Novatech was starting with its problems, and when I pulled my profits out, and when I pulled my uh trading account, most of my trading account, I had a nice team, right? I had people who listened to me, but I didn't have, any real. I mean, I was still, guys, listen, I'm a late comer to social media, right? I used to have a big Facebook, and I used to have a big following on social media before I went to prison. And when I went to prison, all of those friends that I had on social media, none of them ever came to visit. None of them sent me a letter. None of them, in fact, a lot of them turned on me, said I was a POS, right? So they weren't really friends, right? The only people who rode with me were very few, right? Very few people. Let's face it. When your chips are down, when something happens, when you show your, that's just when you make a mistake, or something bad happens in your life, you find out real quick that a lot of those social media people, they don't really care about you, right? And so I never really wanted to get, once I got out and I was getting back on my feet, get my life together, I never really thought of getting back on social media, right? But I ended up joining a mastermind business class. It's like this guy Matt Morris. I met him. I was in a business class with him. This guy, he's an OG when it comes to sales and marketing and everything. And he told me flat out, dude, you got to build a social media. You don't have a choice, right? That's the world that we live in today, right? And if you want to do anything, you're going to have to start building a social media presence. So I did that, and but what the whole point of me saying that is that, let's say I had 1,700 subscribers back then in October, and I could have said, "Hey guys, it's time to really think about getting your money out of Novatech." I probably could have saved some people a lot of like grief and possible loss. And here's the thing, I did tell that to some of my upline and to some of my friends. I said, listen, this thing that's happening in California with this cease and desist order, they're coming after Novatech, and if you're going to keep money in there, you better be ready to kiss that money goodbye. You know what they said to me? Oh yeah, no, don't worry, Vaughn. No problem. I'm not worried about it. Everything's going to be fine. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can afford to lose this $100,000 that I have in Novatech. I can afford it. I said, are you sure? Oh, yeah. But they're not singing that same song right now. And I ain't the type of guy who's going to go over there and be like, I told you so. No, I mean, why would I? That's not, I'm just not that type of person. Believe it or not, there is still a heart beating inside this chest. And I do feel for people who have lost their money. I mean, especially people who got lied to and didn't know what they were doing. Those are the people who I feel for the most, right? Um, but and I've said this before on previous videos, but if you already didn't know about the crypto space, or you weren't involved in the crypto space, man, getting into Novatech, that's like level 2, level 3 type of stuff. And a lot of these people weren't even at level 1. So they had no idea the I or they weren't told, right, the risks involved. And so, they lost out. And I think it's pretty safe to say that at this point. I know there's some people in there still think that there's no problem, but it's pretty safe to say that yeah, there's a problem. Okay. So that would be my that's my stance on C12. I think that Telegram message shows their immaturity. It shows their lack of business acumen, and frankly, they're showing their backside, if you know what I mean. They're showing their booty, right? And so, what that tells me is that these guys are not slick, right? These guys are not that. You know what I mean? They got a ways to go in terms of their communication, and that alone would raise a red flag for me. they've never had such a low IQ message before, right? They've never had such like kind of a low IQ, like showing their immaturity like that until now. Okay. Hey, for all we know, these guys might be 14 years old, right? I mean, these kids today, man, there's a lot of crypto millionaires who were teenagers, guys. So that we don't know. But what I can say is that that's a red flag. And this thing with the withdrawals going to the in work thing, huge red flag. Rug pull likely is coming. So it's time for us to start thinking about moving on and getting out of that, right? Do you know how much I would love to be wrong? Now, I've been wrong before, guys. Do you know how much I would love to be wrong? I mean, C12 has been a night. I mean, C12, hey, nobody wants to see C12 go away who's involved in it because we've all made, hopefully everybody's made a lot with it. I mean, I know that it's unbelievable, unbelievable the success that I've had with C12. And I'm grateful for that, but I still got to call it like I see it. Right. So, you guys ain't going to pull no, you're not going to call me a name and say that I'm a social media, whatever. And like, I'm going to go, oh, maybe I shouldn't share on social media. You're not going to tell me, what I can and cannot share with my people. I'm going to share whatever I want. Right. And you're going to prosecute me. Come on. You probably don't even know what that word means. So that's an L. That's an L for C12. That's an L message. And it's an L what's happening with these withdrawals. So hopefully, though, this isn't a complete rug pull at this point. So hopefully we still have a couple of weeks, maybe a month, maybe a couple of months to, continue well, first and foremost, make sure that we pull out our seed money. Two, that we lock in some profits, and then three, if you want to play around with a little bit more money, I might play around with $100 or something like that. But I ain't taking no risks with C12 right now. I ain't taking no risks because like at this point right now, if I had not have joined C12, I would not join. Like if this message had just come out and I was thinking about joining C12, I would not have joined. I just had this a similar situation with FinTalk. Got real excited about FinTalk, joined FinTalk, and like 2 days after I joined, they're trying to change the whole system. So, well, what happened there? I was late to the party. Late to the party, man. I missed the chance on FinTalk. It's looking like that anyway. Maybe FinTalk will come back. Maybe they'll all come back, right? Who knows? It's just that for the most part, they don't come back. From what I've noticed, once they go away, they typically don't come back. Let me hit some of your guys' chats, then we'll get into the Q&A. Tofu, what's going on, Tofu? Welcome. Thanks for shining some light on QP. I've been looking into it. You are welcome. Yeah, QP is cool, man. Right now, QP is up there as it's one of my platforms that I'm really excited about. It's unique because it deals with the New York Stock Exchange and it trades on the stock market. And it's another AI technology, probably created by ChatGPT. It's a trading bot, and it goes in there and trades, and it hasn't had a losing day. And the different thing that I like about QP is that at the end of the day, every day, it shows you the percentage that it made, right, during the New York Stock Exchange trading day. It shows you the percentage that it made, and the percentage that it made corresponds to the percentage you make. Right. So it's not this thing that's getting you like a straight up 1% a day or a straight 1.2% a day or a straight up 4.15% a week. We've got a lot of platforms like this, but this one really is variable. And the variable trading is in conjunction with the actual trading that the robot reports every single day at the end of the day. I'm getting a call. Hang on. All right. So yeah, man, you're welcome. I'm excited about that one. Of course, more updates to come as things progress on that. Darren, what's going on, Darren? My in-work 299 withdrawal was canceled overnight. I have one pending for this afternoon. Same amount. We shall see. Yeah, man. Let me know what happens. Mine was supposed to hit last night. one of my withdrawals, and it went into the in work, right? And right now it's still sitting in the in work phase, right? So obviously waiting for that to come out. I've got a net positive with C12 no matter what happens. However, I'm going to, the longer it lasts, the happier I'm going to be, and the more, it's going to pad my bank account, right? I mean, I've got my withdrawals are for large sums of money at this point, so every single one that comes in, we're rolling with it. Uh, Next up, Sheena, I got paid out at midnight last night. Cool. So my question to you is, did it go into the in work before it paid you out, or did it just straight up pay you out? Has anybody got, what I want to know is when it goes into this in work, when it says in work, after you have received that message, has anybody actually gotten paid out after you received the message in work? That's what I would really like to know. Natalie got paid today. Good. Once again, my question is, did you get the in work message? Sheena, I already took my capital out weeks ago. I'm just playing with profits. Here's for you. Wish everybody would do it like that. You did it the right way, right? That's how everybody should handle all of these platforms, right? The first, in any platform, the first order of business is to get your seed money back, plain and simple. So if you go in for $1,000, the first order of business is to get that $1,000 back. After that, everything else that happens after that is kind of gravy because you're not losing anything. You see what I'm saying? So the first order of business is always to get your seed money back. And then the second order of business, lock yourself in a little bit of profits, right? Now, if you've gotten your seed money back and you've locked in some profits, pretty much that's about all you can ask for, even with trading, right? Even with any business, right? Every business, the whole goal of a business is just simply to turn a profit. You know how many businesses fail and never go into the black? A, a freak ton, a lot, right? I don't know the statistic, but it's high, right? It's something like 80% or something like that of businesses fail. Never go into the black, never turn a profit. So if you've gotten your seed money back and you've turned a profit, you really should congratulate yourself because you're like part of the 15% of people who have a successful business. And believe me, when you're involved in one of these platforms, you're in a business. Okay, absolutely. That's what it is. Whether you know it or not, you have a small business if you're involved in a crypto trading platform or if you're involved in any kind of trading. That's exactly what it is. We see these commercials all the time. Go get an MBA, go get a business degree. Well, I'm sure that helps, right? I took business courses when I was in college. It helps, but that doesn't guarantee success. And you don't have to have one to be successful in business, right? There's a book smart and a street smart, and you got to have both, right? Your street smart is more important, right? A lot of those people who got into the whole stock market boom in the 1980s, most of them, a lot of them didn't even have a GED. A lot of them were street kids. They were just smart. They knew how to talk to people. And they were good with numbers. I mean, you got to be good with numbers. Renee. Here you go, Renee. All right. Shayna, should I inform my referrals? I would. Yeah, I would. I would just say, hey, look, this is a sign that it's time for us to start. Definitely don't put any more money into it, right? It's time to start getting whole and getting and locking in our profits, right? If something changes in the future, I will update you and let you know. But for right now, let's go ahead and play to win. Got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, right? You got to know, how to play this space. Now, let's say that you tell them that and they pull out some profits. And then lo and behold, it rugs in like a week, right? Or it rugs in 3 days or a month or whatever. You're probably going to have people who are loyal to you for the rest of your life because you did that, right? Because they're going to respect the fact that you did that. And, I learned a long time ago that, guys, it's better to just be honest with people. They're going to find out anyway. right? That's why I laugh at people on the internet who try to dox me. It's like, dude, I wasn't hiding anything in the first place. So it's like you're not you don't have some breaking news here about Vaughn. I'm pretty much an open book if you haven't noticed. All right. Lamar, what's going on, Lamar? Appreciate the insight. Gonna withdraw most money, may leave about 50 in for this and giggles, right? This and giggles. Here you go, buddy. Thanks for the comment. Yeah. And look. That is the smart way to do it, right? That's the smart way to do it. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Right. At this point, I've got withdrawals coming out. I will continue to have withdrawals coming out as long as they let me have withdrawals coming out. Right. But at this point, it's all about making people whole, right? It's all about making a profit, right? And getting those funds out so that we can do that and that we can create that, right? Renee, thanks for the heads up. You are welcome, as always. I will always uh, let you guys know the good, the bad, and the ugly about all these platforms, right? One of the reasons why people even tune into my channel in the first place is because I was honest about Novatech from the get go, right? And I didn't sugarcoat it, right? And it's like I didn't just told you guys what it was, right? And so for some people, even though it sucks, right? It sucks what happened in Novatech. There were people who were appreciative that somebody was shooting it straight. Shirley, I was just about to join, dodged a bullet. Thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome. But just remember this, Shirley, and anybody else who cares to be in this space. You're not going to dodge everyone. So you have to practice your risk management principles. Once again, never invest in anything that you cannot afford to lose. So what are you comfortable with? Right? What is going to be okay? Is that $10? Well, then that's just going to have to be $10. You know what I mean? Until you get yourself in a position where you can do more, right? Is it $100? Great, right? Is it $1,000? That's wonderful. If some people are so well off that you can easily risk $1,000 and it won't hurt you if you lose that $1,000. Not many people are there. Then you've got other people out there who have $10,000 that they can do that with, right? If you think to yourself, "Oh, that'll never be me," don't be so sure. You never know what the cards hold for you, right? You never know what's in store. And a lot of people, if you're in this space and you're in the first place, you're already different, right? Because you're an early adapter, right? Because most people are, crypto that just goes right over their head still, right? So number one, if you're even listening to me right now, you're an early adapter. Number two, you have some sort of a business acumen because you're enough of a believer in yourself and you're enough of a believer in business. You're enough of a believer in the fundamentals about money, profits, profits and losses, right? Running a business. So you're already separated just by the pure fact that you're here. But now what you need to learn is, and some of you already know this, right? A lot of people know this, but what some of you guys need to learn is that, hey, you know, there's a smart way to do this and there's a not so smart way to do it, right? So yeah, surely if I were you, I would not get into C12 right now. I would definitely, at the very least, I would wait, right, to see if they get these withdrawal things back. But as you know, a lot of times once the withdrawals slow down, they don't really come back, guys. I don't, I'm trying to think of a platform. Oh, Coin Market Bull. Coin Market Bull looked like it was slowing down for a while. Coin Market Bull's website crashed for like a week. And lo and behold, they came back, right? They came back from that. So it does happen. But more often than not, once the withdrawal starts slowing down, once the excuses start coming out, more often than not, it ain't coming back, right? Lamar, how long has QP been live? QP has been live since January 2023, right? And I just heard about QP earlier last month. I have made a withdrawal. Actually, I've made 5 withdrawals from QP, and they were lightning fast. So I can tell you that the withdrawals work. I can tell you that so far the trading bot has been really, really impressing me. You know, so definitely one to look into. Big Passive Crypto, what's going on, Big Passive Crypto? Welcome back, man. Good to see you. What's up, bros? Long time. What's your intake on CMB withdrawal taking so long? Now, last withdrawal took 7 days, but I must say I was made whole last withdrawal. Yeah, mine has been in queue for about 7 days. I'm waiting on it, and then I've got another withdrawal after that. So my take on CoinMarketBull is I'm not going to be so heavily talking about them, and they have gone down on my list, right? They're at like number 7 or 8 now in my top 10. So they've, because of this withdrawal issue, they've gone down. I'm already whole with CoinMarketBull, so anything that happens with CoinMarketBull, I'm going to end in profits. But one thing that is hopeful to me about CoinMarketBull is that they have a sister company called CloudFi that's doing good. And another thing that's hopeful to me is that this is not the first time CoinMarketBull has had issues. And like I said, the last time they had issues, they came back from it. So I'm optimistic that they're going to come back from this one too. Maybe it's just going to take them a little longer to get the withdrawals out. What I would like to see from CoinMarketBull is some clear communication and a clear expectation, right? Hey, if you have to take a week to get the withdrawals out, let us know that it's going to take a week. Let us know that. Give us some clear communication. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, give us some clear communication. Let us know what's going on. But I'm optimistic about CoinMarketBull, but we shall see, man. We shall see. None of these platforms, I mean, nothing is promised. There's no promises in this space, right? And that's the baptism of fire, so to speak. That's the refining process that we all have to go through. I went through mine when I was learning how to trade because I was in a situation where I had was living in a multi-million-dollar house, had a couple of cars, had a nice lifestyle, beautiful, nice neighborhood, safe neighborhood. Um, and I got 1 year over Christmas. The state that I was licensed in as an insurance broker, state by state, started sending me messages in the mail that they were suing me to revoke my license because of my previous felony, a couple of previous felonies in my history, even though my felonies were that they had nothing to do with finance. So I had to learn how to. I had to do something, right? I had to figure something out because I didn't want to lose my house and my lifestyle and all that, and could just go back to ground zero. So when I was learning how to trade, I made a lot of mistakes, right? And at first there, I lost a lot of money in trading, right? Because I was like really gung ho to learn how to do it and to start making big money. Through that whole process, I learned a lot about risk management. I learned a lot about how to handle money. I learned a lot about the trading space, which translates into the crypto trading space. And believe me, what we're doing with these crypto platforms is trading. It's crypto trading. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. That's exactly what it is, right? It's crypto in, crypto out, crypto trading. All right. Court Bivens wrote the word "my." Gotta say there, buddy, I don't know what you're talking about. You're gonna have to give me a couple more words. Use your words. Use your words, Court Bivens. Use your words. Okay. KVNKCRS says my 24-hour withdrawal just went to 96 hours. Well, that's exactly what I'm talking about, man. Black Rose, what's going on, Black Rose? Welcome. Good to see you here. Welcome back. I just deposited money into this platform, Vaughn, this morning. R1 500 into C12. Wow. Same thing happened to me with Novatech. WTF. Yeah, well, what you got to do there is try to, you know, try to get those profits out, right? C12 is it every single day that it's still working, it's going to give you a return on that 1500. So make sure that you're putting in your withdrawals, right? Withdraw until, and try to get most of that back. Hopefully you'll be able to get it all back, right? It's going to take you 8 days. So C12 needs to be around for 8 more days, and you've got to be able to withdraw for 8 more days in order for you to be made whole, right? If not, then you're going to be like me with fintech or fintech, or you're going to be like me with when I started to trade. So you're going to be like me with Capital X. I lost money in Capital X, right? It happens. It's part of the space, and we've got to be able to deal with it. We've got to be able to have the stomach for it, and that's just so that just goes all back to that comfort level, right? It's like if you're trading in the markets. If you trade with $1,000 and you feel like really anxious about making sure that trade goes right, like you're freaking out over the $1,000, you're trading with too much, right? So go down to 100. Are you still feeling the anxiety? Are you still feeling the same freak out? Probably not to that same extent. But if you're still feeling it even a little bit, go down to 10. Go down to the point where you're not feeling any anxiety or any freak out. That's what it means to never invest what you cannot afford to lose. So it's like, dude, I can do $10, right? I can do $10. I'm okay if something rug pulls on me with $10. But don't ever put in any amount of money to where you're not going to be okay if it rugs, because that's this space. That's the space that we're in. No doubt about it. And that's the way that it is right now. And it's risky, man. It's risky. Bottom line. So if we're going to operate in this space, we need to practice risk management, and we need to use our risk to reward ratios. Make sure you check out the video that I did, 5 risk management principles to survive, right, in the crypto platform space. Big head industry, what's going on? What happened with C12 that's making it rug pull? I'm almost whole, but must have missed what's happening. Okay, so just what you can do there is you can go back and check out the beginning of the video when I'm going to be on here, shooting the breeze with you guys for a little while. But basically, what happened was they've put out a Telegram message saying that there's a new step, right? So instead of going from you know how when you put in a withdrawal, it gives you a countdown. And at the end of the countdown, you're supposed to get your withdrawal into your crypto wallet. But now they're putting it into a new pending status called in work, right? In work. So, and for some people, they're getting their withdrawal sent back. So, like for example, the guy whose withdrawal was supposed to be 24 hours, it counted down and it put him back in the queue up to 96 hours. So the withdrawals are slowing down. And what I'm saying is not that it's rug pulled, but that it's an indication that a rug pull is imminent. So I'm advising people to try to start taking withdrawals as soon as possible. Is it going to last longer? I don't know. Could this day, right now, this could be the end. This could be it. I might be talking to you right now at the very end, done, finito, and I might not see another dime from C12, and nobody might not see another dime from C12. Hopefully it's not, but it could be. If it's not, then we want to start getting our profits out as soon as possible, because these are indicators that a rug pull is imminent, right? When they start to make excuses, when they start to slow play the withdrawals, when they start to do shenanigans, like putting your thing back into the queue, that's a shenanigan. Saying it's in work, in progress, that's a shenanigan. It's a sign that we're not in Kansas anymore, right? There's trouble in paradise, right? Something's going on. It's causing them to be late with these withdrawals. So let's try to be smart about it. Let's try to get out. Let's try to get out. Let's try to be made whole. Let's try to get into lock in some profits, and then we'll take the position. This is what I'm doing. I'm taking the position of sitting back and watching and seeing how it pulls through, if it pulls through, or if it rugs, right? And that's the beauty about being diversified. If C12 goes away today, I've still got multiple other platforms that I'm involved in, right? Multiple other platforms that are still paying, multiple other platforms where I can still get a withdrawal, multiple other opportunities, other online businesses. You diversify. You have to be diversified, right? If we can learn one thing about the Novatech debacle, it's that we have to be diversified in this space. You cannot put all your eggs in the same basket because it's just too much of a risk. Instead of putting $10,000 into one, put $1,000 into 10. You're going to be much more likely to have a positive outcome. Surely, I'm down over 10K with Novatech. Okay. I'm struggling, but as time passes, I'm realizing it's time to move on. Good for you. I think that's the most healthy thing to do because I lost those kind of numbers when I was getting into trading, right? I mean, oh yeah, I lost more than that. Okay, and is what it is. We all have to learn. We all have to go through that baptism of fire. We all have to go through that refining process. The thing is, just surely the thing is, some people don't stay in the space, right? Some people decide this is not for me. I would rather do something more conservative. I would rather do something more, yeah, maybe I'm not going to be getting such high payments, but also I'm not going to be at such a high risk, right? You know what's great for that? SPY. It's a stock you can buy on this. It's a S&P 500 ETF stock. You can buy it on the stock market with the Robinhood app, right? Or you can get the E-Trade app. SPY performs about 10% a year, right? Which is not too shabby. It's insured by the FDIC and it's got a long track record and it's tied to the top 500 companies in the world. Very, very safe investment, but it's not going to give you no 3% a week. Ain't going to give you that. It'll give you about 10% a year. That's the trade off. Court Bivens, what are your top 5 platforms right now? I actually just did a video update on that, but actually, let me grab my notebook because I got it written down somewhere. Guys, give me 2 seconds. All right. I'm not in my underwear, guys. I'm wearing basketball shorts. Okay, let's check it out. Number 5, coming in at number 5 is GS Partners. And the reason for that is because it performs as advertised and the withdrawals are very fast. GS Partners, the thing about it is they have an exchange, a real crypto exchange. So when you make a withdrawal, it's super quick. When you make an exchange, it's super quick, right? And they pay you with their coin. It's called GUER, but you can easily transfer the GUER to USDT, and then you can shoot that USDT over to your wallet super easily. What I have with GS Partners is I have something called the Meta Certificate. It's a Hermes Meta Certificate, right? It costed me $2,000, 1,000 to buy the certificate, another 1,000 to load the certificate. Once I bought and loaded the certificate, I got an additional $3,000 in value. So even though I only paid 2,000 for it, it became worth 5,000, right? And they pay me 4.15% a week plus an additional 6% every quarter, right? So it's not going to make you a millionaire overnight, but 4.15% a week is pretty darn good. And 6% every quarter, yeah, that's nice, right? That's better than a lot of investments out there. And so that's why that comes in at number 5. I will mention a couple of things that I don't like. One is that they're doing way too much, right? GS Partners. I mean, I think I think it pushes people away just on the confusion factor because they're trying to do like 20 different things, right? And another thing I will say about them is that they claim to have this metaverse space, but I don't really see a lot going on. They've got one. You can't even call it a game. It's just like it's a map of the world, and people play with fake virtual stakes in different like countries. It's just like a really bad Nintendo game, right, or something like that. It's just like a. And then they've got this metaverse, where you're supposed to. It's supposed to be like Decentraland, but there's nothing there. Imagine Decentraland with nothing in it. That's their metaverse. So it looks too much to me like a like it just doesn't look like something I'd be interested in. But what I am interested in is the fact that they're getting these returns on these certificates, right? And that does work. And what else works? The crypto exchange. What else works? Their withdrawals. They're real fast, right? And GS Partners doesn't show any sign of rug pulling or going away. That's why it comes in at number 5. Number 4 is one called Live Good, right? Which Live Good is it's a health and wellness supplement company. But the cool thing about it is that the prices are like better than Walmart for real. The prices are better than GNC. The prices are better than Walmart. I'm an active person. I work out. I do 3 big workouts a week, and then I just work out every day. I also run. I jog. I do cardio training, resistance training. I take a lot of protein supplements. I take a lot of pre-workout supplements. And Live Good, you can't beat their prices. And the cool thing about it is you can actually get into the company using crypto, right? You can also get paid in crypto, right? And then another cool thing about it is that you can have a passive income because the Live Good company is it's supposed to grow over the next 24 to 26 months. It's going to grow exponentially because it's a new company, and they're automatically going to put people under me, right? So when you sign up early, they automatically put people under you until you get a passive income of $2,000 a month, and you don't have to recruit those people. It's just people are signing up and they need to go under somebody, so the company is going to put them under the people who get in right away, right? So Live Good comes in at number 4. Number 3, QP, right? QP is my number 3 because it's working. The withdrawals are fast. It's working as advertised, and I think that it speaks to their legitimacy that they have a bot that actually does different numbers every day, and those numbers correspond to the profit you actually make, right? So it's not just the same profit. Okay. Number 2 was C12, right? C12 was my number 2 because it had been performing so great, right? It had been performing over 6 months. It was performing great, no problems until now. We have a major problem, right? We have a red flag and the sign of an upcoming rug pull. So, of course, C12 is not even on the list right now. So I would replace that one with probably Sportsbook Partners. Sportsbook Partners is a cool concept. Now, guys, all of the links to all these platforms that I talk about here, the links are in my description to the video. But Sportsbook Partners is where you actually partner with a sports book. So you're not sports betting, you're partnering with the sports book, providing liquidity so that they can run their operation. And in turn, they give you a 1% return a day on your investment until you double your money. Right. So if you get in with $1,000, they give you 1% a day until you hit 2,000, and then you can rinse and repeat and do it again ad infinitum as long as you want to. Right. So you're actually partnering with the sports book. And let me tell you something, the house always wins. So I would definitely put Sportsbook Partners on the list at this point. Some people are not interested in Sportsbook Partners because it's just not like quote unquote sexy enough with the returns. But look what's happening with C12. You had these super sexy returns, right? Super sexy platform, and now a super sexy rug pull probably getting ready to take place, right? So, what would you rather have? Like, and I think something like Sportsbook Partners it's a sustainable business model. And then number 1, hands down, is Fortic United, all around number 1 platform. Great returns, great user friendly platform, right? Good platform to look at. Withdrawals hit every single time. You can withdraw every Monday, and the withdrawals hit like clockwork. They have a great support staff. They've got a chat bot where you can chat with a real human on their support staff. They just opened up a new office in Dubai. They've already got an office in Istanbul. The CEO is awesome. He's a trader, so I understand what he's doing because I'm a trader myself. So I've looked at his trades, looked at his history on Facebook. There was also a marketing team named Mike and Mike who actually flew out to Istanbul, sat down with the guy, verified his identity with his passport, sat there and watched him trade. Right? He brought him to his home, let them watch him trade, watch him do the trades. So Vortic United all around is my number one right now. It's really blowing away the competition. All right. Chris Pine, Crypto Millionaires, is probably not even still in the chat, but he wanted to come through and say C12 is okay. This guy are paid to talk evil to promote other projects that feel C12 is a threat. There is nothing wrong with C12 update. They have been doing that for a long time to keep the platform run. Wrong, wrong, and wrong. Okay, I am I am part of C12. Right? I'm part of the platform, right? I'm not like paid to talk evil about it, right? And I don't think I am talking evil about it. I'm calling it like it is, man. And they have not been doing this. They have been in the past. They have when they said they were going to get you your withdrawal, they got you your withdrawal. They never had this in work thing. They never have done these type of shenanigans in the past ever. This is definitely the first time. And you can't speak English and you can't spell, right? I mean, your whole message here is completely ignorant. So there you go. And if you're still in the chat, which I'm sure you're not, dude, you obviously aren't watching my videos. You obviously don't watch my channel, right? So it's like that's just your opinion, bro. Right? You don't know me, man. Right? Darren, what's going on, Darren? I think the issue is people making multiple $299 withdrawals. We'll see, but they might not be over just yet. Oh no, I hope that they're not over just yet. I hope that they're not over just yet. But what I'm saying is, you guys got to start paying attention to the writing on the wall, and that's what I'm doing, right? So I am on high alert for a rug pull for C12. This is an emergency meeting. This is a high alert rug pull for C12. High alert. It's time to understand that if you're not in C12, this might not be the best time to get into it. If you are in C12, this is the time to make yourself whole and start withdrawing some profits. Okay, that's what I'm saying. King Crypto Ghosty. Oh my God, I hope C12 doesn't go away. It's my last hope. I've been having the worst luck. Novatech screwed us, so I've already lost my house, my car, my wife's car, and my wife too. What else happened, man? Come on. Give me the rest. Here's for you. You guys killed me. Rave Wealth, what's going on? Hey, Vaughn, will you be at the FX Summit in Miami this coming week, June 9th through June 11th? I don't know, man. Maybe I'll go down there. I like Miami, so maybe I should head down there and check it out. The FX Summit. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know about it. I'll look into that. King Crypto Ghosty. What else happened, King Crypto Ghosty? Put it all into C12. I'm so screwed. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my pod class, right? Where we give you edutainment here, part education, part entertainment. Welcome to the pod class, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about King Crypto Ghosty. Here's how you do it the wrong way, right? You put everything on the line. It's like you're going to the Vegas roulette table. You're gonna put it all on red, baby. Let it ride on red, right? I lost my wife, I lost my car, I lost my house. Yeah, this is how not to do it, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for your example to us, King Crypto Ghosty. Darren, I do like making reinvestments under $299, like 2 a day. I don't think they have a problem with that. LOL. That's fine as long as you understand the game. Okay, which I know you, so I think you're fine. You're gonna understand the game here. But yeah, just man, understand the game, right? Not everybody understands the game. So these things need to be announced, and this is going to be a moment where, hey, right? This is a moment where, I said it. I said it. We got a rug pull indicator in aisle 3, right? Clean up on aisle 3, right? Ding, 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 ding. We have a rug pull indicator on aisle 3, right? C12 could be beginning a rug pull. Here's the evidence. Here's why I'm saying it. Here's what I think you can do because I give you the sauce. I'm giving you guys the sauce that nobody else is bringing to you here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. The kind of sauce that you guys are getting on this channel, right? You're not getting it anywhere else. Nobody else is giving you the same kind of sauce that I'm bringing to you here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. So hit the like button if you're getting a little bit of sauce out of this. Okay, all right. Sorry, Fawn. What's up, Sorry, Fawn? Nice to see you live again. Fridays were not the same without you, man. Yeah, it's good to be back. Good to be back in the studio. I had a good time. I am a world traveling type of individual, so good to be back in the studio and good to be back home. One of my homes. I have homes in various different locations, but this is one of them. I've got my studio here, and so I like to be here. Also Roscoe is here, my dog Roscoe. It's been good to reconnect with him. And yeah, that's my loyal friend. All right. Rave Wealth with the Kraken up. That's right. This is an edutainment pod class, ladies and gentlemen. So I would like to draw your attention to King Crypto Ghosty. This is how not to operate in this space. Let's look. Here he goes. I thought I was going to be rich, so I went all in, baby. A lesson for all you out there: don't be like me. Hang on a second. I got to do something for you, King Crypto Ghosty. Don't go anywhere. Your broadcast will be back in after these messages. I haven't opened this thing for a while. That's for you. Let me see if I got another one for you, buddy. I put it all into C12. Lost my house. Lost my wife. Lost my cars. Don't be like me. Don't do what I did. I'll tell you guys, I missed my sound effects. No, I'm okay. So, Joyce, thank you for the heads up. You're awesome. Right back at you. I appreciate you too. Here's the thing. We got to part of being in this space, right? Part of being in the crypto trading space and dealing with crypto trading platforms is that we have to develop a strategy, right? Everybody has to have a strategy so that you're doing these things with purpose, you're doing these things with intention, and you've got a plan to ultimately over time make more than you lose. That's the basics of trading, right? Is that over time you want to make more than you lose. You want to do that weekly, do that monthly, and you're good because there's going to be this compounding effect that happens. There's a scalability effect that happens once you learn, once you learn and you get comfortable and everything. And before you know it, right, you're dealing with some pretty big numbers, right? So stop, man. Just stop. Shirley, no more 1 p.m. lives. No, I'm gonna still do the lives. It's just like I said, I'm kind of jet lagged right now, and I'm planning on starting back up everything back to normal next Friday. I'm working on something called a Trader Tuesdays where I talk about trading on Tuesdays, and then we're gonna be doing the payday Thursdays where I go through my top platforms and I just go over all the platforms on Thursdays. So I'm going to be implementing that. We're going to be getting back to the live broadcasts on Friday. It's just one, I'm jet lagged, and two, I had to deal with this C12 situation, and I didn't want to wait any longer. Right, I wanted to go ahead and get this out there, so that we can all, what I'm doing is I'm giving you the sauce. I'm giving you the information. How you apply that sauce, whether you use a lot of sauce or a little sauce, however you like to taste it, whatever you want to do with the information is completely up to you. I am the messenger. I'm giving you the information. I'm giving you the sauce. Here's what's happening. Here's what it looks like to me. Here's my take on it. Here's what I'm going to be doing. And then that allows you to at least make an intelligent decision, right? Because what I don't want to happen is for, days to go by and, I didn't mention this or I didn't say anything about this. And then it does in earnest rug pull. And people are like, holy crap. We had a sign that this was going to happen back on the 2nd of June, right? We had a sign that this was going to happen. Nobody said anything, right? So I'm going to be the guy that comes out here and stands up and says something, right? But going to get flack from both sides, right? And like always, that's fine. I don't care. I mean, I think that at the end of the day, the truth will prevail, right? And so that's what we're about here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. King Crypto Ghosty, thank you for the support, man. I need it right now. I'm thinking about selling my hair for some crypto next. My options are very limited. Yeah. Maybe you should start a platform. Hair selling for crypto, right? I got my start a new platform and have the idea behind it be like, yeah, hey, I'm going to sell people's hair for crypto and I'm going to give you 1% a day, right? Let's start raking in the money, right? I got a great business model. I'm going to be selling hair for crypto. Okay. Nobody else is doing this. Nobody else is doing this in the space. And I'm going to give you guys 1% a day. And we're going to offer a great commission structure. Get yourself an MLM software, right? Start up the website. There you go, man. I just made you a millionaire, right? Hit the like button. I just made this guy a millionaire. All right, let's get into some Q&A from the channel. And we will check that out. Just got to pull up my comment section and do some Q&A for you, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let me get to where we need to be. Sit back, relax, strap in. And we are going to tackle some of these comments. Now, in between reading these comments and responding to them, I am going to be checking back on my chat. So, guys, feel free to shoot me whatever you want to say in the chat, because in between reading the comments, I will go back and also read the chat. All right, here's one from Akeem Castile. If the first few minutes of the video was a promo, I am definitely subscribing to your page. Okay, so this is a person who likes the personality of the Vaughn, right? He likes the WWE style, personality that I have sometimes, right? He likes it, right? Some people hate it, some people like it. So, you yell too much, man. Why don't you just turn your freaking volume down, right? I mean, yeah, that's who I am, right? I can't change who I am, right? Maybe I'm not your cup of tea. That's fine. But I am this guy's cup of tea. So there you go. All right. This is a comment on Sportsbook Partners from Blue Sky. The house wins and we win. The house wins and we win. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Because listen, guys, this type of deal from Sportsbook Partners has been going on for a long time. It's just that now we have an opportunity to partner in these things because of the crypto revolution. right? But this has been going on for a long time. People have provided, I used to live in Las Vegas. People provided liquidity to sports books, and the sports books would pay them 1% or 1.5 or whatever, right? 6 days a week, and based on the revenue that they were making from their sports betting operation. And it's nice because you're not sitting there watching the game worried that you're going to lose next month's rent. It's not that type of a situation. You're providing liquidity to the actually sports book, so you know the house is going to win, and you know that because the house is going to win, you're going to win too. So that's definitely one thing that I like about the space, is that we can have opportunities like that which weren't available before. Like, there was no way for me to get into partnering with the sports book unless I had a few, I don't know, $100 million or something like that in the past. But now, because of the crypto revolution, these things are available, and so I think it's great. I'm happy to be a part of that. All right, let's see what we got next. Oh, here's one from Zion Asher. I'd rather listen to Bank of Gerald. Too much screaming and nonsense. Major turnoff. Dude, okay, go listen to Bank of Gerald. I like Bank of Gerald. I listen to Bank of Gerald. I agree. Bank of Gerald is great. And I especially love it when he does like live broadcasts like this, and I can come on there and chop it up with him. Bank of Gerald's a great guy. More power to you. Go listen to Bank of Gerald. That's fine. Right. But if you're turned off, right, by watching my content, then you know what the beautiful thing about that is that you have a computer, you have YouTube, you can go watch somebody else's content, right? What do you think you're going to accomplish by letting me know how much of a turnoff I am to you, right? I mean, once again, I'm in a happy relationship. Okay, I'm a happy, you know, straight man. All right. Some of you guys kill me in there. I can't even. I can't with some of you guys, man. Yeah. All righty. Some of this stuff, man, I can't even do this. Oh well, why not? Let's get into the Lady Luck Club comments about Novatech. These are always fun. So I was saying that there's no actual like physical proof that Novatech is a Ponzi scheme. Now we're getting into like legalistic stuff, but it's still kind of fun. So here's the thing. It's like Ponzi scheme that needs to be proven in court. And so what we're being armchair lawyers now. But let's get into it. She said, "Give you proof, Vaughn? Have you not seen my videos? I literally debunked Dap the Clown with actual evidence. Listen, just because you were in prison doesn't mean that you should protect these peons from their criminality. If you have nothing to do with it, then don't defend it. You and I disagree on many things, but mental laziness is not an option on my channel. Don't attach your past to these peons. There's no reason to do that at all, okay? Their crimes and investigations aren't related to you. I'm posting a new video as well. Brace yourself." Okay. So what I said back to that is, I've seen your videos. You have some great points, and I respect your opinion on this. My stance is that if people want to take big risks with their money, they should be allowed to do so. I don't think there are enough prison cells in the world to lock up every shady business or person. It's just a matter of developing some street smarts. One of the travesties here is that some people really trusted in Novatech big time. I have never seen it on that level before. So the rug pull or shutdown or whatever you want to call it is really going to have a negative effect on the people that did that. Whether they were honest to God victims or just really naive is debatable, I think. So we start getting into the debate about the victim, right? And whether or not, people are victims, right, of a quote unquote Ponzi scheme or a scam or whatever whatever you want to call it. Well, first and foremost, a Ponzi scheme or a scam, that's going to have to be hashed out in a court of law, and I'm sure that it will be, right? As to whether or not this is a Ponzi scheme or a scam. You can give your evidence and you can give your opinions. I can give my evidence. I can give my opinions. Doesn't really matter until it's actually determined in a court of law. Now, as far as the victim thing goes, let me be clear. I do believe that there are victims in the Novatech situation. And here's the victimization. When somebody said, "Hey, this is a safe investment. This is, regular, it's they're what is it? They're SEC licensed. It's all above board and your funds are totally safe and this is going to make you a millionaire, right?" And I'm sure that people said that, right? Eager beaver salespeople who just wanted to get the sale, just wanted to get the close, willing to say anything in order to get people to sign up, right? Now, those people who believed that and then signed up and lost their money, yep, that would be the definition of a victim. So there are victims out there. What I'm saying is that not everybody who got in with Novatech is a victim. I'm not, you know, and I'm not gonna technically lose money, but I will lose profits, right? Because I still have a Novatech account right now that I can't get to. I've got family members, I've got friends that are going to lose. So the difference is I knew what I was doing when I got involved with Novatech. I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew exactly the risk I was taking, right? I knew exactly the possible reward and I knew exactly the possible risk. And when I put money and when I hit send on that crypto, I knew full well that I might not ever see a dime, right? And I believe that a lot of people who did sign up for Novatech are in that same position. You knew what you were doing. You took the risk. And some cases, a lot of cases, it didn't work out, right? That's not a victim. That's a trader. That's a person who got into the crypto trading space, got into a PAM account, knew it was risky, and lost. That's not a victim. A victim would be somebody who's totally lied to, right? Totally taken advantage of. Yes, I'm sure it happened. It happens. The whole sales industry can be like that. But like I said, if we locked up every shady business person or everybody who was a borderline, like I just I don't it's so easy to throw around the word Ponzi and it's so easy to throw around the word pyramid scheme. If everybody who was like that got locked up, there wouldn't be enough jail cells in the world, right? Business is like that, right? C- Newsflash: there's shady business people in the world. I mean, it is what it is, right? Where's my breaking news announcement? This is a breaking news announcement at the Unblended Freedom Network. Some business people are shady. In case you didn't know, now you know. There you go. All right, let me do a couple more of these and then I'll get back with you guys in the chat. Here's one. We can't withdraw. This is about Novatech. We can't withdraw nor find Cynthia the Reverend. Right? That's because Cynthia the Reverend doesn't want to be found right now. Right? That's and whatever you think about that, whatever you think about her, whatever. I'm not into personally attacking people. I don't, you don't. I'm not interested in that. But whatever you think, I think that would be pretty smart, right? Because if I were her, man, I would not be showing my face either. I would be. You would not find me if at all possible. Man, I would be gone because I would not want the type of heat that she's got on her right now. I wouldn't want it. No way, no how, and you cannot pay me enough money for me to want to have that kind of heat. You can't. You keep your money, man. Keep your money. I do not need that type of scrutiny and that type of heat that's on her right now. I would not want it flat out. Vaughn, Continue. We got no problem, man. Of course, raise your voice, say it loud, and I'm going to say it loud. I'm going to say it proud. I got to be me, and I got to be me. That's all there is to it, folks. Okay, here's one from Mishpat Enterprises. My man Vaughn, still making my day with these videos. Just a note about GS Partners, you'll need to do an updated video because they have a whole new certificate series now, so folks can't buy the Hermes anymore. Another note, you actually don't have to pay the $33 unless you are marketing GSP. I've been in since last October and never paid that fee. So there you go, guys. There's a couple of updates on GSP. Apparently they've got some new certificates out now. I'll check it out, and definitely at some point I'll be getting with you guys about that. So, but the links in the description. At the end of the day, if you want to check out GSP or if you want to check out any of the platforms that I'm involved in, all you got to do is go to the description of this video, and the links are all there. So the names of the platforms are there, the links are there, and there's a lot of other cool stuff in there just for your perusing pleasure if you'd like to do that. So that's something you can do. All righty, let's see what else we got. Well, we got some people arguing about whether or not Novatech is paying or not. Here's one exchange. I do know what I'm talking about, and anyone claiming that Novatech is paying is lying. I know of no individuals who've been paid since April Fools. And this guy commented, "No, you're wrong. People have been paid because my friend was paid here in the UK. I've been waiting for my withdrawal since the 24th of April, so I think the payments have stopped since May." Response: how much money wise? How many of your friend got stacked up? I have 5 stacked up over 10K. Everyone, and I mean everyone I know, hasn't been paid anything. Yeah, a handful of people on YouTube claim to be paid. The Novatech shills. So, yeah, I mean, I definitely, yeah, I don't know, man. I can say that for right now, though, I'm pretty certain that nobody is getting paid with Novatech. I'm up there in my percentage of certainty, right? Because we just lately, when it comes to Novatech, we have not been hearing any good news, man. It's been like bad news after bad news after bad news, and then they got this thing where they got hacked, and now some hackers have our personal information, which that's an L, right? There you go. Some of you guys are getting a little bit like 'cause we're starting to, I think since Novatech is going through this, we're starting to see people getting a little bit like um pushed over the edge, I guess you could say. Like people are starting to kind of trip in my comments. And some of these comments are not funny. Right? Some of these comments you guys are like being borderline threatening. So let's if at all possible, let's not do that. Right? I don't want to be banning people from the channel, but if any like if you cross the line, then I'm gonna have to do that. Right. And unfortunately, people do that. I mean, I just you go into these types of things with the best intentions, thinking that you're gonna be that one guy who's able to communicate with everybody. And you know, no, man. I mean, some people just are bad intentioned. All right, let's keep going. Keep doing you, brother. I shall. Here's one. Not only are we becoming a socialist or communist country, but one large population of useful idiots and stupid people at every level. Now, you guys know I don't go in for politics. But what I will say is that when I was growing up, there was a book that my dad had, and it was called uh, The Intentional, or it's like the I'm trying to think of the exact wording that they used. Deliberate. It was called The Deliberate Dumbing Down of America. And so, one thing I will say, if you turn on the TV, if you look at what's playing in the movie theaters and go look on Netflix and things like that, man, people in the West are getting brainwashed big time. It's just crazy. Like it's way worse than it was when I was coming up. So yeah, man. I mean, I don't know, but what I will say is that you know, controlling governments are not friendly to crypto because they view crypto as something that, well, let's call it like it is. They can't control crypto. Anybody who has an internet and access to the blockchain has access to crypto. And so they can't control that and they see that as a threat, right? And, so we might see legislation coming down in the next 2 to 3 years as to what happens with that. Here's one. I think that the elite club Novatech members or those in the inner circle are getting paid, and the rest of us are still in the circular firing squad. And the teeny weeny ROIs payouts we've been paid in the past 2 weeks are not cash outs. Well, yeah, to totally agree with that. But I don't know. I don't know if anybody's getting paid with Novatech. I mean, I don't know. Like even like the super high up people. I don't know. Maybe they were allowed to get their money back, but that's not. We haven't heard that, right? I mean, you would think that they would come out and say, "Hey, I got paid," but we just haven't heard. It's like right now, either it's like bad news or it's like no news, right? Or radio silence. And we that might have that might be having something to do with what's going on in the background with the courts, right? There may be gag orders and stuff like that. We don't know. Right? I heard that a lot of you guys have been posting, and we'll get to some of these that their website domain is up for is up to get renewed, and that might not happen. That's supposed to happen at the end of June, so we're gonna have to see what happens with that. That's gonna be an interesting date to see if they do renew the site or if the site goes away or what happens. We're just gonna have to, you know, but for all intents and purposes, and this was what I was saying to somebody earlier in the chat that I think it's healthy, even though you lost 10K, I think it's healthy to kind of move on from it because that allows you to start moving forward into the future and quit dwelling on something that you cannot change in the past. Right? There's a prayer called the Serenity Prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, right? Powerful prayer, right? Powerful prayer. All right. See what else we got going on. Here's one. Bro, I started C12 a month ago after watching your video. I just daily compound and I've already 5x my account. LOL. Good. And here's what I responded. This was before today's news. What I responded is great to hear you are having success. Make sure to take some withdrawals out along the way. Right? Withdraw early, withdraw often. Make sure you take some withdrawals out along the way, right? Because we never know what tomorrow is going to bring. All right, let's get back into some of the chat. Okay, Vet, my friend Vet. What's going on, Vet? Good to see you. Always appreciate you. My first in work with C12 was back in May. It was supposed to be paid Friday the 26th, which at that time I received the in work message. The withdrawal went through on Saturday the 27th. I didn't get another in work this Wednesday, and that clears Thursday. Okay, so that's good to know. That you that the in work thing has happened before. I think it's a bad sign. Okay, I think it's a bad sign. I think it's a sign of a possible imminent rug pull because we're seeing that that there's something changing with the withdrawals. When that happens, typically it's the beginning of like they start slow playing, withdrawals start slowing down, and eventually what happens? Slow pay turns into no pay. So what the purpose is of this emergency meeting is for me to let you guys know, hey, this thing is showing signs of the slow pay, and usually that turns into a rug pull. So get you know, make sure that you get yourself whole, make yourself whole, and pull out some profits. That's the smart thing to do in a situation like this. So that's my purpose behind doing this video. Okay, Matthew Missy. Wait, C12 rug pull? Could be. Could be. At the beginning of the video, I read their latest Telegram message. They're doing some things that are not good. One, they're making excuses. Two, they're attacking people on social media. That's always a bad sign. And three, they're just in general writing some crybaby crap, right? And so when these platforms start crying on their updates, you know that's a bad sign, right? So those are some signs that a rug pull could be in our very near future. So make sure you get your money, make sure you make yourself whole, and make sure you withdraw some profits. Then, if you want to keep playing with C12, no problemo. But I'm just sounding the alarm here so that you guys are aware, and that if something does happen in the near future, we can say that, okay, here at the Unlimited Freedom Network, we talked about this and we sounded the alarm and we let you know the red flags when they were going up, right? And I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Personally, I'm not putting any more money into C12 right now. I'm withdrawing. Okay, that's what's going on with me personally. King Crypto Ghosty. Oh, here we go. Why doesn't BOJ contact DAP and ask DAP to contact Cynthia for an update? Seems like it could be that easy, unless something nefarious is happening. The silence tells me everything I need to know. Yeah, well, like I said, man, the silence might be because there's a court order, or the silence might be because, she's out. She's out and she ain't going to say nothing else. You know what I mean? Like, so at this point, we can only speculate. And, who knows if even DAP has any connection with Cynthia anymore? We don't know that. But what I will say is this, and I hope that I am not on here to make enemies. And you guys know, and you've known probably since I've had my channel, that I really like BOJ, right? And I have looked up to him for a long time. I've modeled a lot of what I do off of what he does, right? We've got our different personalities, but he's a good dude. And I call him a colleague, and hopefully I can call him a friend also. What I will say, though, is that when BOJ and DAP go on live and talk about what we should be thinking about in the future, and when they talk about diversifying away from Novatech, you know that things have gotten bad, because those guys have never said anything even close to bad about Novatech. They've been some of Novatech's biggest supporters. So when they get together on a live and tell you to diversify away from Novatech, that really ought to tell you something, guys. Right? That really ought to, kind of give you an alert. Right? What I mean, that speaks volumes, I think. All right, Matthew Missy, I got my April trading account withdrawal. Have not been paid in May, right? Have not gotten a commission in nearly 2 months. That's, yeah. I have 4 bonus account withdrawals pending. Yep. That's what we're all going through. Exactly that. It's been 2 months. It's been 2 months since anybody has gotten paid. Okay, here's one from Vet. I feel like Nova is slapping me in my face with the $1 bonus I received last 2 weeks. I would rather get nothing than $1. Yeah, and it's like I was saying, I was chatting with somebody back and forth about it, and it's like, why don't they just say it's 1,000%? Why don't they just say it's 20,000%? It doesn't matter anyway. They're not paying, right? So they can say anything they want. It's a good comment. Wayne, what's going on, Wayne? Good morning, Vaughn. What's up with the C12? I hope it's not a rug pull. So you've probably been listening. It's not. Listen. It is showing those signs. And all I'm saying here is that I'm calling this emergency meeting to let you know that it's showing the signs. Make sure you get yourself whole and make sure you pull out some profits. Okay? That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm doing. I'm not putting any more money into C12. I'm going to be pulling out my profits. They put out a Telegram announcement that was they were doing some crying in that Telegram announcement. They were crying. Okay, they were crying. And the withdrawals are starting to slow. And some people's withdrawals are getting put back into the queue. So after they wait for their 24-hour to get their withdrawal, then it gets queued up again for 96 hours. That's never happened before. So these are signs that there's trouble in paradise here, right? So a rug pull could be imminent. Let's be smart about this, right? So that's the whole purpose of this meeting. Shirley, I think that Novatech hack was a setup. Well, you will notice, I will say this, Shirley, that when things start going bad with these crypto platforms, a lot of times they'll say they got hacked or they really will get hacked, right? But when they're coming to the end, and it's not just Novatech, but a lot of platforms in this space, they say we got hacked. That is a very, very common thing that they say. So I will give you that. Up, Darren. There you go. The hack is a classic. Exactly. That's exactly what. Yeah. He basically said it for me. One more lie from the preacher. Yeah. So could be. I mean, hopefully they didn't get our personal information, right? That would not be good. All right. Vet, my mistake. My first C12 in work was on May 25th, and that cleared on the 27th. Okay. So yeah, that makes more sense, right? Because the slowdown looks like it's a new thing that's starting to happen. And yeah. Brave Wealth said, Serenity Prayer. I live by it. Amen. Thanks, Vaughn. Thank you. Yeah, I do too. That's one of my morning prayers. I pray that every single day. Um, you know, and yeah. Well, and listen, I'm not some super righteous guy. I'm just not. I'm just a guy who's been I've had enough happen in my life to know where my help comes from, right? Darren, deliberate dumbing down, 100% accurate. Yeah, man. It is. It's sad to see, but there again, I don't I don't get into. I'm not trying to save the country. I think people go off track when they try to save the country. I just think that we ought to do the best we can and live the best lives we possibly can live. Mind our own things, like mind what we got going on, our work, our family, that type of thing. And then there's some things, man, it's just beyond our control. They like to say that we all have this vote, right? And that we can all make a difference by voting. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's true. I know that I'm a lot happier when I don't worry about politics at all. I'm just a happier human being. I'm a more profitable person. I'm a more productive person, and I'm just happier when I don't sit there and watch the news. Right? If something huge happens, I can read about it in the paper. King Crypto Ghosty, LOL, agree. Shirley, the good old hack excuse. Yeah, it is. You'll see a lot of them go, "We got hacked." Right? So King Crypto Ghosty, if you start having a problem making payouts when you create your hair selling crypto program that generates 1% a day, if you start having a problem, you can just say, "I got hacked." Right? What's another thing you can say? I got somebody ran off with the hair. Sorry, guys, somebody ran off with all the hair. We got somebody broke into our barge that was parked in the coast of Florida, right? It had all the hair in it. Somebody broke in and got our hair, so we're not going to be able to pay you back your money. Sorry about that, guys. Hit the like button, guys. Nobody else Nobody else is giving you the same kind of sauce, and sometimes the sauce is a little bit spicy. Matthew, oh my God. Thing I don't like is the increase of the max investment amount. Right. And didn't you say that when that first happened? It went from 30K to 60K, then to 120K very quick. That causes concern for me. Let me give you one of these. Don DeMarco, Marco. Don DeMarco for you. Yeah, that's another one. He just said it. That's another big red flag when they do that because they're trying to bring in more money, a lot of money. Why? Well, they're having a liquidity issue, right? They're having a problem paying. So that's another very good thing. Shout out to you, man. That's why I love having you guys in my comments because you guys catch things that I just flat out miss. Henry Smith, what's going on? Henry Smith, C12 just received 2 small payouts, but the larger ones pushed to 96 hours. One has been in the work for 24 hours. Yeah. This is it, guys. This is the beginning, right? So we got to hit the brakes and think about how we're going to handle this, right? Let's hit the brakes. Okay. What are we going to do to make sure that that we're okay here? Well, we want to get our initial investment back. We want to lock in some profits, and listen, just the fact that these things are happening, it's. Can I just say it? It's probably going to kill the platform, guys. because I'm not the only one who's going to stop investing. There's going to be other people who do it too, right? And it's just going to, you know, had a little bit of a lag there. Hopefully, you guys can still see me and that the stream is still working. But once people stop putting in money and once everybody starts making a withdrawal, it's probably going to kill the platform, right? Vet Revenue 13 did the same with their little 1K deposit for their special 15% for 15 days. They rugged the next day. Yeah, that was a quick one, man. That was a quick one. There's another one out there too that's got like a 15-day thing. It's something like that, but that's probably already rugged. You got it, King Crypto Ghosty. You're getting it. You're getting it, man. My warehouse full my warehouse full of hair burned down, and that did not smell good at all. Right? We've been hacked. Everyone, expect to receive refunds very soon. I promise. All right. Is it back? Let me know when it comes back on. I'm just going to keep going. Uh, so let me know when okay, audio is good. Perfect. Okay. What's up, Joshua? Universe 15. Joshua, man, I hope you've been taking out some profits. If not, then now is definitely the time to start because it might be rugged already, but if it's not, then there's only going to be a few more withdrawals I think that are going to happen for people, right? So yeah, okay, good man, good for you. You're doing it the right way. All right, let's get back into the comments. Yeah, it's called Income 15. Income 15 is not even a month old, so I just put a couple hundred to try it. It works like C12, except it's 15% for 10 days, including weekends. Would be nice if this lasted 6 months as well. I've been taking out C12. I made my principal back and now putting interest into Coin Market Bull and Income 15. Okay. That's one way to do it. I would stay away from anything right now that's got like the 15-day or the 13-day or the 12-day because it looks like a lot of them are just like cheap knockoffs of C12. People just trying to uh, get in a quick, you know, make a quick buck off of that particular fad. Here's somebody who likes my personality. Okay. I love your personality. You have me laughing, and your content is super valuable. Thank you for being you. You're welcome. Oh, I am. I'm going to continue. Thank you for being you. Right. Okay. Let's see. Let's get in some more of these. Here's a weird one. I wish you would troll another company who cares about what they are doing because at this point, it is what it is. I would never follow you into another company while you diss another company. So what? It's a Ponzi scheme. Remember, no one forced anyone to sign up. It was by choice. Yeah. So, I mean, you don't have to follow me into anything, right? I'm just talking about what I'm doing here. People are welcome to click the links. They're in the description. Um, yeah. So I never called it a Ponzi scheme, right? You're the one calling it a Ponzi scheme, not me. All right. Let's see what else we got going on. Yeah, I mean some of this thing with Novatech, man. Here's one, Vaughn. I appreciate your truth sauce, man. Some folks might not like your presentation, but you keep it real. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm new to this space, but I'm learning the game by watching your channel. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that's what you have to do in this space is you've got to you've got to learn the game. And so that's very important. Here's one about FinTalk. It says if you can't lend your money, but you can get your money back, that's not a bad deal compared to all these other centralized platforms that have full control over your money. Yeah, well, I mean, right now, FinTalk does have control. I mean, they're the ones that did this. They stopped their loan program. And that's just not what I signed up for. The whole reason why I was interested in getting into FinTalk was they had this loan program where I could make a percentage by lending out my crypto and providing liquidity to the loan pool and then making a percentage off of that. That's the whole reason why I got into FinTalk. So, to sit here and say that it's still all good, I mean, it's for me, it's not. Let me try something here, guys. Bear with me 1 second. All right, I tried turning the mic off and on, so hopefully that'll help. Here's one about Novatech. They don't pay weekly for 3 weeks now, and you can't even withdraw 15%, like they said. Yeah, so they said that we were supposed to be able to draw 5%, and then the next month we were supposed to be able to withdraw 10%, and then the next month we were supposed to be able to withdraw 15%. But that all went out the window. All of their new parameters that they put out went out the window. Right. So all of the new parameters that they had out, that they were supposed to release in April, it's supposed to be this big reboot. Everything was supposed to be back on track, and it just didn't pan out. Right. It just didn't pan out at all. And now we got nothing but radio silence. Okay, here's one about the lawyer thing. Has anyone heard of a company known as Chargeback who can recover your money with their lawyers? No, but I do know that there's a lot of scam companies out there that will tell you they can recover your money, right? But at the end of the day, we all signed a disclosure form, and I think that disclosure form, unless Novatech gets convicted, if Novatech gets convicted in a court of law, then you may be able to recoup some of your money because they may do a class action lawsuit. But until then, personally, I wouldn't get a lawyer involved. Right? I knew what I was doing when I got into Novatech. I knew good and well what I was doing. I got nobody to blame but myself if I lost money. Now I know that there's some people who that's not the truth about, and my heart goes out to you. I really do. I just don't know how much legal action you're really going to be able to recoup. You're going to spend money on the lawyer, right? The lawyer's going to cost you money, and then they might not really even be able to recoup you anything that big. So, I mean, you just got to ask yourself if it's worth it. For me, that's not worth it. One person said, "What e-wallet platform should I use instead of Coinbase?" I use Exodus, guys, and there's actually a link to Exodus in my links, so you can check it out there. Here's one about Novatech, and it's also about Vortic United. If the Novatech problem was caused by the market, you would be correct. However, Novatech 100% caused this problem, and not the US and Canada. They just used that narrative. Why are the other platforms, i.e., Vortic United, still turning a profit? I'm hoping that Vortic United doesn't have to answer to the USA since they are in Turkey. No, they don't, man. They operate outside of the United States. Also, CoinMarketBull operates outside of the United States. So a lot of the crypto platforms and crypto companies in general are opting to work outside of the United States just because they just don't want to deal with the regulation. They don't want to deal with having to go to court and all this stuff, and they just don't want to deal with it, right? Which you can see, why. All right, let me see what else. Yeah, so here's one about this June thing. Trumpet 225 said 100% with you, Vaughn. I'm in the same boat. Massive pending amount since early April. I guess the 18th of June is crucial to see if the site registration is renewed. So the word out there is that the site registration for their Novatech website is supposed to have this June 18th renewal date. So if that's the case, that means that after the 18th, if they don't renew, well, I guess we're going to see what happens then, right? We'll just have to, at that point. I mean, I think that. most people are aware by now that that this is kind of coming to an end, and I think that that's just the facts. Most people are aware of that. But once again, some of you guys are getting a little bit like uh, on edge, and it seems like some people are getting pushed over the edge by frankly they feel like they've lost their money in Novatech and now they kind of want some sort of revenge or something like that. And just don't get too weird in my comments or I'm going to block you. Okay, Michael, where is your video on this Vortic United? I can't find it. Well, it's spelled Vortic United, Vortic United, and you can search for it in my videos. So you definitely should be able to find it in there. Daryl Scott, and this is about fintech. Don't change things up midstream. I completely agree because I got into the whole fintech thing to get into the loan program, and now the loan program is not. Now they're doing something completely different, and it's just a bunch of stuff that frankly I'm not too interested in. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, somebody has $36,000 in C12. I'm about to break even this week. I got a $6,800 withdrawal that says in work, and I have another 8,000 withdrawal that also says in work. So I've waited 144 hours and the clock went down, but it says in work, and not just me, but many people I referred. Okay. So in that situation, it's a good thing that you've almost been made whole. And, at this point, you want to get made whole. So hopefully it will continue to pay out for until you get made whole, right? And until your people get made whole, and maybe you can even get a little bit of profit, right? That'd be great, right? But at this point, it's a matter of timing, and it looks like right now with C12, the timing is nearing the end. Okay, that's what the signs are pointing towards. Okay, don't shoot the messenger here, guys. Right? That's what the signs are pointing towards. That the time is running out. Right? So we must act accordingly. All right, let's see what else we got going on here, guys. Somebody asked if I've heard of anonymous trading. Yes, I have heard of anonymous trading. I have not joined anonymous trading at this time. Lady Luck Club. Well, at least you are reporting in the set the truth. Novatech will never defend you. Oh yeah, no, I never thought Novatech would defend me. I don't think listen. One thing I've learned about life is there's very few people who will defend you. Right? You've got to kind of especially at some point you just got to kind of stand on your own 2 feet, and that's how it is. All right. Don Tatum said, "Real truth, excellent job. Thank you, my friend." And MJ said, "I just found your YouTube channel and FML. If I could have found you 6 months ago, I wouldn't be in a predicament that I'm in now. Love your channel." All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Get back to the chat here. Well, if I would have had the channel 6 months ago, I mean, 6 months ago, I don't think I was getting many views on my YouTube channel at all. I had my channel for I don't know, maybe a year before I actually started really, making a. It just takes time. You just got to build it up over time, and you got to just be completely, you just got to be willing to make video after video after video and sit there and see no views or 2 views or 6 views, and you got to do that for a long period of time. That's if you want to start a YouTube channel. That's kind of the name of the game. You just got to be stubborn enough to keep it up. But yeah, I mean, and I said that at the beginning of this video. If I would have been able to talk to a lot of people more than I was actually able to at the time back in October, I probably could have saved a lot of people from losing money in Novatech, because that's when I withdrew a large sum of money, right? And I was one of the last persons to get my withdrawal, right, before they locked down the trading accounts. All right, let's get back into the chat. Wayne, thanks, Vaughn. In spite of these situations, you give us hope. Yeah, because listen, these situations are going to come, right? That's part of this space, right? So the best thing that we can do is we can talk about them, we can learn how to navigate them, and we can learn how to position ourselves so that when it happens, we're going to be okay and that we end it in profit, right? That is the trick. Ignoring the fact that rug pulls happen is not the way to go in this space. The best way to be is to understand that at any given time, these things could happen, to learn how to position ourselves for success, to set ourselves up for success, to put our aces in their places so that at the end of the day, we're winning more than we lose. That's the whole idea behind trading, right? Hit the like button for the sauce. Nobody else is bringing you the same kind of sauce that I'm bringing you here at the Unlimited Freedom Network, because nobody else is a trader, a forex trader, a high frequency forex trader, a binary options forex trader, into a little bit of real estate, into the stock market, dividend stocks, small businesses, online businesses, and on top of that, has a YouTube channel. Nobody else is bringing you that same kind of unique. That's the blend. That's the sauce. Nobody else is serving it up to you here on YouTube. Nobody that I've seen. All right. Shirley said, problem with the audio. Yeah, I don't know if there is, then nothing I can do about it right now. Uh, Henry Smith said, what do you think of 7 days? Looks very much similar to C12. No maximum payout amount. Runs over the weekend, 17% daily. Received my second payout earlier today. I wouldn't get into it, man. Right now, I would stay away from anything that's using this hype of 17% in 7 days, or 13% in 13 days, or 15% universe 15. You know what? Right now, the big one is Carnelian 12. That's the big dog. And all the other ones have copied off of C12 and have rug pulled. Right. And now even C12 is showing really, really bad signs. Okay. So I would stay away from anything like that right now. Big Passive Crypto said, do you have to do the KYC to withdraw from GS Partners? Yeah, you got to. I mean, I have to do that. I do that in all of my platforms. So, but what are you talking about? Wait, if you're talking about the full like identification thing, no, no, you don't. You don't. Shirley says BOJ is my guy. I love him, but on the last live with DAP, I was so annoyed not being direct and dancing around the topic, shaking my head. I watched that live with him and DAP, and what I will say is that that's probably the closest that those guys are going to come to just telling us, hey, time to move on. That's and so I got to give them credit for that, because they've been like pulling for Novatech super hard, right? So for them to even get as close as they did to saying that, hey, it's time to move on from Novatech, you got to take that as a huge sign. Okay, Joshua said, why did they change their parameters? It's not like they've been paying out anyway. Yeah, I hear you, man. Crypto King Crypto Ghosty, any recovery comments you see on YouTube is a scam. They can't get funds back from you. Yeah, there's a big that is a big scam. Is to go on there when people are like, when people have lost their money, or when people who've gotten into something that rugged, you go on there and you say, hey, I can get your money back, just send me 35 bucks, right? And then they send you the 35 bucks, and of course you don't do anything, right? You're stealing at that point, stealing $35 from people. Black Rose says, I love Vaughn because he tells it like he sees it. God bless you, man. God bless you too. Appreciate you. Wayne says, Vaughn, apart from your trading course in the near future, have you ever thought of setting up a crypto platform? Well, my trading course is live. Okay, so trading course is already live. You can get it. Links in the description. It's already helped out a lot of people. I believe in teaching trading because it allows you the skill that nobody can take away from you. So no matter what happens with the crypto platforms, no matter what happens with YouTube, no matter what happens in the world, you can, if you have the skill of trading, if you learn my strategy, you can always go into the markets and you can always make an You can always make money in the markets once you learn how to implement the strategy. The trading course teaches it, and my Patreon account shows you. I post a week every week. I post a video of me actually doing the strategy in the Patreon account. The trading course is $299. The Patreon account is $49 a month, right? It's supplemental to the trading course. So you learn the trading course, you watch the Patreon, and you can see me actually execute the strategy every single week and actually really make money. So you can see that the receipts are there and that the course actually works. Right. So I've gotten a lot of great feedback. I appreciate everybody who's already bought the course. And the best feedback I've gotten is what people say, hey, now I know that I can do this and I always have the skill to where I'll be able to make a living. That's the win. Uh Crypto platform. Here's the thing, Wayne. Yeah, of course I've thought about it. And I think I could do it. But I don't want to I don't want to have to deal with the regulation. I don't want to have to deal with the legal problems. I don't want to have to deal with, trying to, imagine me trying to go get registered with the SEC. You think that would go over well? Ever since I went to jail years ago, I have never won a legal proceeding ever since. I've always been wrong. Why? Because I'm a convicted felon. No matter what, even if I was right, I've always been wrong. And I've never gotten a judgment in my favor, ever, since I became a felon. Since I got that stigma, right, of being a convicted felon. I've never won. So let's say I start a platform and then I have to do some like legal paperwork or something like that. And I hire a lawyer and all this stuff. And everything's good. Everything's in place. The platform's working. And then they say, no, you can't do it because of this, that, or the other thing. And what I could do is I could take one of my residencies in another country and start the platform overseas. That might be an option. But I'm still on US soil, right? So if they decide that I'm doing something wrong, I don't want to get into trouble, dude. You know what I mean? That's you know. And you don't have to be doing something wrong to get into trouble. You could be doing everything right, but it still doesn't matter. They still want to come after you. You got to be very careful in the financial space. You really do. You want to get on the government's radar, start making money, right? You'll get on their radar real quick, right? They give lip service to the fact that we're supposed to be able to be upward mobile here. They give lip service that this is the land of opportunity. But when you really start making money, you start getting their attention, and it's not good attention. It's like, okay, what are you doing? We want to look at you. We want to see what you're doing. By the way, we're going to need some of that money, right? That's the reality of it. So I've absolutely thought about it. I would love to do something like that. And I am toying with the idea of starting to do something like that on a very, very small basis with people who I know and trust. And then they can pool the money. I can go and trade the money and I can give them a return. Right. So, but that's as far as I've gotten in terms of that thinking. All right, guys. So we hit the, we basically we went over what's going on with C12. If you missed the first part of the video, make sure that you just go in and play it again once YouTube posts it. Don't forget to pick up my trading course live. It's live now. It's in the description. It's achievable, it's sustainable, attainable. And it's how I was able to make more than I've ever made before. Also, never invest into any platform, anything that you cannot afford to lose. That's so important. If you have not liked the video, please like the video on the way out. Please drop me a comment, sub to the channel, hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I release a new video here at the Unlimited Freedom Network.